When people talk of a country brimming with culture, full of generous people, with historical monuments that serve as a stepping stone to look both at the past and the future, a future that even though it has a mind for innovation, it never stares too far away from the beautiful tradition it has. A lot of places might come to mind, but it's never Mexico. Why is that?
Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are on our little home studio slash workshop of sorts. Since the weather right now is, well, quite honestly, it's which is honestly great. We, for the first time in months, have wind and rain and the sun not 24/7 burning us all to a crisp. So it's really cool, but it's very bad for filming.
So today we are setting our sights on the most common misconceptions of our home country, Mexico. So sit tight, or I don't know, lay down. You're probably watching this on your phone while in your bed. As we get right into it.
Okay, right off the bat, let's start with the one that most people think about. Mexico is dangerous. Yes, number two. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just like you would expect crime rates to be different from, let's say, San Francisco, from Ohio, the crime rates in Mexico also depend heavily on which area of the country you are in. So the biggest bulk of crime activity in Mexico is, as a surprise to no one, located in the states or cities that have the biggest cartel activity, which I don't know which ones they are, just Google it. And also the chances of you being targeted as an international foreigner, a tourist, are ridiculously low. But pretty much overall, the crime rate in Mexican cities is about the same as in US cities, which doesn't really help our case.
That being said, it doesn't take a lot of common sense to know how to avoid certain dangerous situations. For example, if you are walking down the street and you see a shortcut to your destination, and that shortcut might just happen to be a dark alleyway in the middle of the night, don't take the fucking alleyway, okay? This is not Japan. You're not gonna find the best ever minibar hidden between the shadows. No, you will probably find suffering and maybe death. The stereotype that Mexico is a dangerous country is really far from the truth. Like any other countries, there are some dangerous areas that you must avoid, but Mexico is actually super warm and welcoming towards visitors. Non-violent crimes do occur in Mexico?
Yes, but the key to avoid all of this is actually just common sense, like lock your doors, keep an eye on your things, stay aware of your surroundings. And honestly, that goes for anywhere you go. You could be in Paris, you could be in London, you could be in Rome, and you should still apply all of those things just to be sure.
We understand that not everyone is built with a palate for the spicy food. Hell, not even I can take a lot of spice before I start crying.
And that's not a lie. Here's a picture of him crying from spicy wings.
Thank you, David.
So in Mexico, to be realistic with you, most food is not as spicy in and of itself. Is that the food is served with a side of salsa and chiles that you can add to your food. And it's the salsas, the ones that are gonna drop your panties, man. Also, I just want to add that I'm not being quirky and funny by saying salsa in Spanish. I know many people will say that salsa in English is sauce, but sauce is more like Italian sauce for like pasta, stuff like that, or barbecue sauce. And salsa is just salsa. You know what I mean when I say that. It's just gonna be a spicy salsa, And these salsas actually come in levels. They actually range from mild, that's just for the taste, to fiery, non-funny, spicy salsas. And some people pretend to like, well, we all know they just want to act tough. And it's this level of spices that lets you actually customize how spicy you want your food. So really, not all food is spicy. It actually depends on the person who's eating.
For example, many Mexican dishes like quesadillas, chilaquiles, gorditas, yes, obviously tacos, never come spicy right out of the bat because we, as any other Mexican, like the options of flavors. So you can feel free not to add anything to your food, though not adding even a little bit of spiciness to your food will make you a bitch in Mexican culture. I don't make the rules, man.
Mexicans don't speak English. Oh, that's a good one. Fake?
I mean...
Need I say more? Let's just get this out of the way. Many people in Mexico actually excel in English. Of course, not everywhere, but any tourist dense location like Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, pretty much any beach in Mexico, speak at least a little bit of English. If not, they can actually understand everything you say. So don't say anything stupid. In fact, English is a mandatory subject that you have to take in school from kindergarten pretty much all the way until college, man. So,
however, we're not saying that the whole of Mexico is fluent in English. Many towns and little villages across the country are non-speakers, like at all. So having a grasp of the basics, the very basics of Spanish, will get you a long way in Mexico, because things like bilingual menus for the restaurants are not a common practice, okay? Una cerveza, por favor, something like that, okay?
At least.
and just a little fun fact, just a little FYI, Mexico is actually a treasure trove of languages and culture within the country itself. Just so you know, there are over 60 different indigenous languages spoken here in Mexico. Of course, Spanish being the main language of the entire country, but besides that, there are another 60 languages spoken in the country.
Mexico is only deserts and little towns. No? You have to get everything you see in Hollywood right out of your head, like, get out of here, man. Mexico actually is a mega diverse country, and I did not make that up. Okay? A mega diverse country has a really long explanation that it's like having about 5,000 speed. Here's a description. No, read it, pause it. Thank you. First of all, only the northern part of the country is actually a desert. It's only like 30% of the country, while on the other side of the country, Mexico boasts one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And beside that, we have metropolises, we have archaeological ruins, we have dense jungles. So take a chance, explore, experience the jungles, see the forest, go into the ruins, and eat in the cities. You will be quite surprised.
Also, by the way, Mexico also has some regions that have some heavy snow, which makes Mexico one of only 17 countries in the world classified as mega diverse, because they have all 5 biomes in it. Mexico is part of South America. Whoo, motherfucker, let's get this straight, okay? So picture the Americas, like the American continent, like one big family, okay? You got North America on top. They are the older siblings. They are the big boys, business. They bring organized things to the party, all right? Then you have Central America. I bet you didn't know it existed because it is very small. But you have Central America, and they're like the cool middle cousin that everyone wants to vibe with because they have like a tropical vibe. They have the Panama Canal, a lot of lush rainforest, and a lot of beaches for fun. It's, you know, like I said, the place that everybody wants to hang with, or the cousin that everybody wants to chill with. And then there's South America, the sassy little sibling. Think about rainforest, parties, soccer fever. They're the wild child, and they have always something going on, and they're always up to something. And then, plot twist, here comes in Mexico, the cool dude. He is firmly hanging out with a North American crew, keeping things tight and neat up there. So in a nutshell, North America, Central America, and South America are like the 3 musketeers of the American continent, of the Americas, and Mexico is wearing exclusively the North American bling. Now let's all have a laugh, because we know that you didn't know, but now you do.
You're welcome. So there you have it. Mexico is a land with diverse cultures, diverse food, and challenging stereotypes at every turn. Join us as we explore this amazing country one thing at a time. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell button if you don't want to miss one of our adventures. Until the next time, my name is Xavier.
My name is David, and together we are just a couple of devils. See you in the next one.